What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another replay cast featuring Flash. So Flash is playing down here in the bottom left corner of Polestar. This game was played in April of 2025, and he is playing against Mini. I do not think that this is a ladder game. Mini does really not ladder much, but based on the fact that it was played in April, it is a possibility that it was played on the ladder, but I think probably more likely it was played on stream or a practice game between these two players. So Mini is one of those enigmatic players. When I say enigmatic, he's brilliant until you put him on a stage, and then he tends to choke, right? So kind of underachiever in this game, a little bit like Best. Right side mining, getting 1 minute and 13 seconds on his first gateway. Just outstanding optimization. And Flash is Flash, right? So right now, at the day of recording, it is the 15th of March. Okay, so he's just qualified for ASL 21 a couple of days ago. And by the time you're watching this, we will probably be well and truly into the ASL 21 season. And it's going to be super interesting to see how he does, considering he's got the carpal tunnel, so the problem with his wrist and his arm, and you know, the general challenges that that's going to pose on him, as well as just the expectation and the pressure. But I think it's really exciting. It's probably one of those ASLs that people have been looking forward to more than most in recent times. So I'm really looking forward to that, and as a result, I'm quite keenly looking for games of Flash from various eras, just to showcase, you know, the greatest Broodwar player of all time. It is likely to be his last ever ASL based on this injury, so it'll just be a great opportunity to showcase the GOAT, who has done a 2 minute and 30 second factory with left side mining, which is a very, very good benchmark. You guys would have noticed in my Artosis cast, I'm constantly looking at the factory timing and calling it out when it's 234, 235, etc., and what a difference it makes. So our first zealot is on the way from Mini, and before we get into this game's real meat and potatoes, I just want to say thank you to everybody for the swelling of support recently. I really appreciate it. If you do enjoy today's game, please do hit that like button, and if you're somebody who shows up on the channel on a regular basis or just sees yourself doing so going forward, please do subscribe. I really do appreciate the support. I have this goal of trying to get to 1,000 subs before the end of the year, so if you are wanting to be a part of helping me get there, then I just want to say thank you in advance. I really do appreciate that. The timing on this bunker and his game sense that a zealot was on the way, unbelievably good from Flash. So this stud absolutely 2 fits of nothing, and is able to establish his command center and send out his first vulture. And Mini is sending his first dragoon across the map, potentially to try and intercept the vulture's path, but Flash sends it this way. I think he was expecting him to kind of send it this way, but anyway, it is what it is. Probably will have another dragoon waiting around the ramp to avoid any harassment or any problems, although he's not making one. He makes one now. So he's made a Nexus. He's made a Dragoon. He's made a very, very quick Robo. And interestingly enough, he's just going to let this Vulture right in the front door here. This is not good from Mini at all. He's gone Robo before range. He's going to try and surround this Vulture. This is a Flash Vulture though, guys. This Vulture gets 2 probe kills. Alright, minimal damage, but a little bit sloppy from Mini. But I think the trade-off, though, is that he's really, really got optimized timing. Look at this. He's made a shuttle at 4 minutes and 40 seconds. So this is like the shuttle rush, which is excellent. But I also think that, obviously, because Flash got his Vulture in there, he would have scouted this. So I think he knows to expect it. He's getting a support bay even before Observer. This is a nice validation for me. I've been talking about the fact that Protosses can seriously rush the Reaver, and by skipping range or at least delaying range, and I've not seen this done in a lot of the games that I've done, what Mini's doing here, which is a real Reaver optimization timing. He's getting the shuttle upgrade, he's getting the Reaver, he's just really trying to rush Reaver. Flash's response here is just to add a few vultures. He's probably going to get mines. He's getting speed for his vultures first, which is something that he likes to do. And then I think after that he will get the mines upgrades, getting an armory. So he's probably going to go with like a more upgrade centric style. How is this not tripping? Okay, well now he's tripped it. And now he's going to lay, so I beg your pardon, he didn't go mines first. He did go mines first, he didn't go speed. So he's gotten speed second. Observatory now coming in from Mini. Second Reaver is on the way, so he wants to put two, I beg your pardon. There it goes. Okay, so 2 Zealots and a Reaver. And off we go. But he's got such good spotting here with all these mines. He's going to know what to expect. He's making some turrets. Nice compact SimCity as well. So he really shouldn't get all that much done with this Reaver. Just blocking, destroying these eggs that are blocking his flight path out. And here we go! Drop time, baby. Even sending in his eBay to scout the drop pathing. So Mini's definitely good enough to beat anybody, especially when he's not playing on stage. So you can always expect these games to be pretty good. Does drop the Reaver. Scarab does actually make a connection with the tank. Loses one of the Zealots. So Mini isn't snow, obviously, when it comes to Reaver Micro. I think that makes a difference. Does take a shot on the bunker. Another one. And starts to get out of there. Meanwhile, Flash still controlling his vultures. His vulture play and his multitasking is insane. I watched his qualifying game for the ASL and he absolutely bitch slapped his opponent. Like, he killed his probe that wanted to make the third base 4 times. It was just unreal to watch. I think Autosis was he said in the first time in his life he actually felt a little bit sorry for a Protoss player in that game, which is hilarious. So we are making a 7-minute 30-second third command center as Flash, because, you know, why not? And we've got a Goliath here. We feel we have enough to counter the harassment. This Nexus is finally up, so the harassment and blocking, he's done amazingly well there, Flash. I think he blocked that Nexus going up at least once or twice, because it's 8 minutes, which is way, way later than what you would want it to be. Does pick up the shuttle. Just the speed that these guys are playing. I mean, Mini is 400 APM. It's just unreal. And the first person views, I don't know if you've done these, the first person views of the players playing, but they are well and truly worth watching. You can just see the speed with which they change screens and how quickly they multitask. So we've got a decent number of tanks here and we're securing our third. So Flash is moving into a very strong position. As I take a swig of my coffee to power up my strength for what is going to be, I think, a really cracking macro PvT here between these two brilliant, brilliant players. So here comes our third. I mean, this sort of timing is just unreal. It's so good. Observer sees the command center landing. Now, if you're Mini, I think the name of the game here is twofold. One, you can try and pick off these tanks. I just don't think it's the best idea. But I would try and get a central map presence, a few observers in good spots, and then just try and expand like a madman. So it does take a fourth immediately after setting up his third. So it does seem to be of a like mind. 62 probes, and I think you could probably go right up to about 75 and just take a whole heap of bases and understand that you're going to have to knuckle in for a long game here. We've dropped a Zealot. And we are still killing things, so I don't know what the heck happened there. But if it's worth showing, you will be seeing a picture-in-picture at the same time. Just to clarify what I missed and how that Zealot came about. So 4th base nearly established. Probe transfer on the way. Hopefully soon. There we go. And try and pick up some probes here. Oh, it's like he just knows, bro. Like a sixth sense. It's insane. He's gonna get every probe. Oh. Have you guys feeling any sympathy yet? This Vulture's also run into the only hole that he could. He knows he's not getting out of there, but he certainly is getting in. I mean, he's got a lot of nexuses though, so remaking those isn't that hard, but it's just painful, bro. So it does know probably that there's a mine here. We need to set up a 5th. Will Flash be looking to take a 4th anytime soon? Well, he's now exploding up his factory count, so that's going to be scary but fun. It's only got 3 tanks protecting here, so we're going to bludgeon in with a drop, dropping a couple of zealots and a reaver. Boom, and he picks it up and drops it very quickly. Only 1 scarab went off, but he dived in with the goons as well, so a reasonable commitment here from Mini, but does pull out. Doesn't want to lose all his goons. Did a decent amount of damage, but Flash still got plenty of workers. Reinforcing Dragoons kind of circling around the middle of Polestar here. Maybe going to wait for another opportunity. Does have some cannons now protecting this base and is sending a probe. And I think it's almost like Flash knows before it even happens. Oh, maybe Mini's looking to expand again. Let me kill his probe with my 2 vultures. And here we see laying a couple of mines. And I think he's going to take the natural first. Okay, so that's the end of that. He's going to establish both spots. Meanwhile, Flash once again very active and present with his vultures. Never ever actually got this base up and running, just kind of prepared to. And the visibility from the mine told him, okay, well, go and sort that out. So he does. So takes the main, or the sort of adjacent main base. Once again, just gathering so much information with vultures. And the speed that he lays these mines at, it's just unreal. I think we could be in for some good fights, guys. Let's buckle in. Do some micro for Mini here. It's a lot of vultures though. Could overpower him here. So the vultures come explore up here and go, oh wow, look, you got 1 cannon. Good luck with that. And he's going to be forced to send some units to defend here, because these vultures are going to chew through these cannons real quick. And now this vulture is in a bit of problems. This vulture, this base is got some serious problems. Does send the dragoons to clear the mines first. I don't think it's enough though. He's going to send more. Meanwhile, there's a little skirmish here with more vultures in the middle of the map, clearing more mines. I don't think he's going to engage with the tanks. There's just too many of them. And still busy here, making very heavy weather of this. So it's a privilege to bring you a mini game, because he doesn't let it, like, you know, in terms of present day, he hasn't laddered for the last 6 months, like, at all. He literally doesn't have any active ladder accounts. So to have found a number of his games has been unreal. So he's doing a nice drop here. Defensive Matrix / Storm combo. Flash had to pull all workers. The storms here are softening these tanks up quite nicely, so you should get a reasonable amount of damage. He's got about a 30-40 supply lead with a similar worker count. But Flash held there pretty well, all things considered. And finally, the last of this has been tidied up, but Mini needs to send a probe down here to re-establish and perhaps take this base as well at the same time to get back on track and parity with where he was. So Flash up to 4 bases. Mini got a nicely placed observer here. Chowing some mines here. Bit sloppy considering he's got the observer. Oh, he's picking off the High Templars there. So well done. Oh, we missed the back end of a storm drop there. Really nicely done by Mini. Got speed on the observers too, wow. Okay, so this is not up and running, just not saturated. Supplies are not getting even. And this is getting quite scary, although Mini's reinforcement power should be good because he's not taking the other main base. So when Protoss has all the main bases, it's not ideal for Terran because the amount of areas that they can reinforce from just becomes too high. So Mini's playing the double robo High Templar shuttle style very well. So this now lands. What is his 5th base? I don't know if he knows of this up here. Another drop of storm, and he tries to drop in here as well, and does actually succeed. Damn, these storm drops from Mini are incredibly difficult to track. But that went really well. So both players now maxed out. And Flash, I think, is going to walk up here and get a bit of a surprise. Oh, he's just making... What are you making here? I'm actually now curious. Carrot, okay. Oh my god, the number of shuttles that he's playing with. It's crazy. Multi-shuttle, man. Another decent number of storms on their way out. Killed easily 12 SCVs there. So the shuttle drop play from Mini has actually been really, really good. He's done heaps of damage. So Flash has discovered that this is up here, and now wants to clean it up. I don't think that Mini wants to engage there. Instead, he's decided to engage here. Pokes in, loses a lot of Dragoons, throws down a couple of Storms, and thinks nope, because he's lost about 40 army supply there in exchange for next to nothing, because Flash is still pretty much maxed out. Flash now done tidying this up. Expecting a few more gateways up here. So we just now have the 2 reinforcing spots. Flash now moving in here to try and challenge this base. And Mini's army is actually nowhere inside. He's going to use a few drops. No, he doesn't. He actually fakes the drops. Interestingly. So Flash is going to knock this base down very, very quickly. We're doing another storm drop here. And he kills another handy number of workers. Makes an Archon. So he has sacked this base. And moving down his main army down the map. Taking another one here. Another drop from Mini over here. Keeping track of these drops is proving incredibly challenging with the multi-shuttle play. But Mini's still just miles behind. He's got so little gas. He should be making 20 or 30 zealots at a time here, but just doesn't have the gateway count. He's also making a fleet beacon, so he's trying to pivot into carriers here, but like I said before, he just doesn't have the gas to do that. So I think that Flash is just going to take this from a very simple, solid macro perspective. And Mini decides he doesn't want any of that. He's making his first 2 carriers now. Loads up the shuttles. Jumps his zealots on the tanks and actually tidies this up pretty nicely. Meanwhile, Flash's tanks once again. Oh, Jesus Christ, did that Nexus go down fast? Wow. Just evaporating it basically. Beautifully done. This base and this base are now under enormous threat. There's nothing protecting it. His army's up here. Let's throw down a few storms to just slow Flash down a bit, but all he has to do is spread his tanks out. Vultures as well coming in to reinforce. Does scan the movement of the Protoss army, so knows where it's coming. Probably going to be able to cut it off. He does. So cuts it off, slows it down, spreads it out and buffers it. And Mini knows he is going to have such a hard time taking this fight. He's got so much tied up here in shuttles. So Flash moves in here and we'll take this base down pretty quick. Be able to take this one down I think at the same time without a problem. The only really play for Mini here is to counter-attack. And here now the carriers show themselves for the first time. Flash can't make the last because he's maxed out. He's got so much money. Very few interceptors. Trying to defend this spot and challenge this base as well at the same time. Oh my god, the scarabs! Oh my word! That was insane! Getting some work done here now with the carriers. But Flash can make 9 Goliaths. I fear for the life of these SCVs. Carriers are on the way. Here are the first wave of Goliaths that have been made. I mean, he doesn't have any money to keep remaking carriers, so he's going to have to get so much done with this initial number that he's got here. And here come the tanks. Surprised he's not sending... Yeah, okay, he's splitting it, so he's sending tanks to counter. Scanned here to see that Mini tried to re-establish, and we'll just knock that down pretty quick. Hits off the vessel. I think he got his guys in the wrong order there a little. He's got a lot of Goliaths here. Keeps more reinforcing as well. Some more storms. Jeez, there's a nice number of storms on this tank line here. But Mini knows he ain't going to hold any more bases. He's not going to get the critical mass up. And guys, wow. I mean, admittedly, this game was played back in April 2025. But watching that game, despite really good harassment play from Mini and some storm drops, which I will definitely try and catch. So if I said during the game that I'll picture-in-picture that, I will try and find a few spots where I missed it and throw the picture-in-picture in the edits so we don't miss any of the stuff that I didn't see the first time round. But there was no doubt in my mind watching this game ever that Flash had this game under control. He is just looking incredibly strong. This was a very fast third base, a very well held block where he blocked the early Reaver harassment. And at no point did I ever feel like Mini was going to be a threat to Flash in this game. He is looking really strong. This was an excellent display from him in this PvT. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you do, please do hit that like button. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, I will see you guys soon.